At 4 pounds, 12 ounces, I lay in an incubator as a life-changing conversation occurred outside my room. You see, my father had walked in, and my grandmother had turned to him and said, if you want to be a part of her life, stay. But if you don't, there's the door. And my father made the choice to walk out that door and to never be a part of my life. Now, I understand as an adult, that may have been a decision that he had to make. And I understand as an adult, that moments like that don't define me. I have to let them refine me. So fast forward, I get into elementary school, and things are great. My confidence is up. I feel like my personality is being known. I'm being successful. They're letting me learn hands-on. Incredible. I get into middle school, and the story starts to change. My grades begin to decline, as does my confidence. By high school, I'm getting D's. And by college, my first semester, I got an outstanding 1.2 GPA. Okay, not so outstanding. Right. But I knew that my confidence was down to here because everything had been set in motion in the very beginning of my life. So I looked at my students as an educator, and I thought, how do we get these kids out of a box? And what do I mean by a box? In education, we are phenomenal at putting students in a box of reading, writing, math, and science. And if you don't fit into that box of reading, writing, math, and science, you're not smart. And would you agree with me that students and children are way more than that? Yes. Some of you in here can identify because you know that your gifts have not been brought out from you. Maybe they have at a later stage, or maybe they still are yet to come. So in October, I launched Ignite Your Shine. SHINE being an acronym, a process that you go through to take the gifts that you have to illuminate the world. So if you start with the letter S, being self, it is what are your strengths? What are your gifts, your talents? And how do you use that to serve yourself? Wait, did I just say serve yourself? Yes. Because as I told a graduating class at a commencement speech, if you don't serve yourself as in take care of yourself, how do you take care of others? How do you serve others? So you take those skills, those gifts, and those talents, and you use them to serve yourself and to serve others. And then we move on to the H. And the H in SHINE stands for heart. What is your passion? What lights your world on fire? And if we taught students, if we taught women, if we taught you how to take those strengths, marry that with your passion, boy, you are about to be unstoppable. But there's more. We get to the letter I, and we all hit those barriers, those pitfalls, those mountains to climb, those curveballs that life throws at us. But the I stands for inspire. How do you stay inspired? How do we inspire others? Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's a quote, sometimes it's a person, and sometimes it's an object like the Ignite Your Shine bracelet. You now have the self, the strengths, you have the heart and passion, you have the inspire. But you know what? I'll be honest with you, none of that matters if you don't get to the end, because the end is navigate. As in, what is your action plan going to be? How are you going to make all of that become a reality? All of the dreams before you become a reality so that you live out what you originally planned, or what you have planned later that you wanted to overcome. And when you have done all of this, you become the E. And the E is exceptional, because you have become the exceptional person that you are meant to be. I ask you right now to reflect. This is your call to action. To reflect on what are your strengths. Let's start with the S, because that's where it has to begin. And in my terms, it's exceptional, yes, but I also use the word shine-tastic. Yes, I made it up. Don't even try us trying to find it. All right, shine-tastic. I'm shine-tastic because, would you please say that? Good. Before you leave here today, my challenge to you is to turn to at least one person, if not two, and to say to them, I'm shine-tastic because. But when you do that, please own it. Not, well, I'm shine-tastic because. No, you have a right to own what you're amazing at. You have a right to stand up and say, this is who I am. Yes, I have weaknesses, but this is who I am. It wasn't until I was 44 years old, which is now, that I can finally say this with complete confidence, that I am proud of who I am. And what happened back then doesn't define what happened now. I let it refine me. I mentioned the graduation speech. And at the end of it, a young lady came up to me and she said, you know, tears streaming down her face, you know, I'm just like you. And I said, in what way? She said, my father made the choice to walk out on me. But you know what I learned today? Those moments don't define me. I have to let them refine me.